Hey there! In this video we're going to talk about chill hours and discuss the reason why we're going to remove some of the trees off the property and replace them with other ones. So check it out. There are two important measurements that you need to consider before planting a fruit tree in the garden, and it's the hardiness zone as well as if that plant will require any chill hours. Chill hours are the amount of time that the temperature is below 45 but above 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Certain deciduous trees, as well as some of the blueberries we noticed, the pomegranates, they require higher chill hours than we get. You can use a chill calculator online from agroclimate, and on there you'll see how much chill hours that your area typically gets, as well as how many chill hours it got this season and last season. Looking up Hillsborough County, which is Tampa Bay, last year we got about 130 chill hours, and the year before that was 106. So although the average chill temperature or chill hours for Tampa Bay area is about 300, some of the fruit trees that we got simply don't work here. Some of the trees that we got a little bit north on a vacation one, I think, zone above us. And some of the fruit trees that we're going to rip up today, we actually got at a local nursery and saw that they still sell them. So in today's video, we're going to go over some of the plants that we're going to rip up because we aren't satisfied with the chill hours, and give you some possible additions that we're going to replace them with. This first tree is a methylene plum. It is in hardiness zone 4 through 9, and we're in 9B, so there's very chance that this methylene plum would do anything. It woke up and it grew. It put on green growth, but it never flowered. The second tree we have is the Byron Gold. This is also a plum. Byron Gold plum requires 450 chill hours. So that's above the average that we get here. And its hardiness zone is between 5 and 9. On the first year that we got it, we got this in like Naples. So much higher north. It's like a zone. See Sri Lankan weevils. And it was already exposed to a cold winter. So it had some flowers. I think we got 3 plums off of it last year, but had no flowers on it this year. This next bush is a Barbados cherry, so that's fine. This tree is AU Rosa. Again, it's another plum. This was covered in flowers. We even got to make a jam with it. It was delicious. But this requires 700 chill hours. It flowered a little bit this year. We got like 4 flowers off of it. And it woke up, but that's pretty much it. So this was even in zone 5 through 8, so we already knew that this was going to be a challenge or a stretch. Next to it, this is a pluot. This is a Dapple Dandy pluot. We got this online. We got it after the flowers were already opened, so we didn't get to experience it flowering. But this is from zone 5 to 10. And it requires 400 to 500 chill hours. So although it can take the heat, the zone 9 to 10, it needs too many chill hours. So there we have, that's a mango. That's a rosy gold mango. This is the hood pear. This requires only 150 chill hours, and its zone is 8 to 10. But even if it could work here, it needs a partner. See more weevils. And the partner is that one, and it needs too many. So this is going to be ripped up, and we're going to replace it with a mango. This is the dwarf Hawaiian mango. Here is the other pear. This is the Florida home pear. This, again, it says it requires 150 to 400 chill hours in zone 5 to 10. But this and last year we didn't even get 150 chill hours, and we'd rather plant something that we know we're going to get food off of instead of something that we might get food off of some years. Over here, this is Dorset golden apple. It's zone 5 to 9. It has 250 chill hours. It did flower multiple times, several times during the year. It even flowered this season, but same thing. It needs a pollinator, and the pollinators aren't flowering. So instead of pushing it with the apple, we're going to replace it with a jackfruit. I think this is the gold nugget. Yeah. So we're going to place it with a jackfruit. Behind here, that's a cassia. That is another apple. This is the Anna apple. Anna requires 250 to 300 chill hours, and it says it's zone 8B to 10. It has not flowered. And there was the golden Dorset. And this is another apple. This is the Einshiner. This one was even specifically bred for the heat, and it did not flower. It needs 350 chill hours, and it's in zone 6 to 9. It could pollinate the Dorset Golden and the Anna, but it's not flowering because it's not getting cold enough. So we're going to replace it with a Cherry Moya. So it's all about learning what grows in your area. So even if we thought these were going to work, it was still fun to see and try because we had the space. But now that we're running out of space and we're realizing those don't really work here, we want stuff that will work here. So we get to learn about all the different kinds of fruit trees. Now that the apple is removed, we're going to replace it with this golden nugget jackfruit. So he's adding azomite to the hole, and those are just rare earth minerals. Jackfruits love to be watered regularly, not in standing water, but they love it and extra moist, so make sure to water the hole so they have a nice wet area to go into. Jackfruit trees give you the largest fruit from all fruit trees, some weighing over 100 pounds. Ours won't get that big because the tree won't get that big. It gives you fruit from May through November that tastes exactly like juicy fruit gum. It's really delicious. Although there are no chill hour requirements, this tree is very sensitive to frost, and below 35 degrees Fahrenheit can kill the tree. So this is just the avocado citrus granular food, and then we're topping it off with some compost. And last, after deep watering, you want to make sure to cover it with mulch. Again, this helps retain the moisture so it won't dry out as fast. Here we have the Einsheimer apple, and we're going to rip this up and replace it with a Cherry Moya. While he's raking, you can see all the mycelium. This is the mushroom network. The mulch is amazing. Here you can see some damage from Vaseline we put to try to prevent the crawling bugs, but that did not work. So dry. Was that just like a wood chip? on this there are already flowers. When you get a tree, you want to make sure that you cut these off because they might be too tight. So you can see it's girdling the tree in pretty much all of the positions. Once we plant them, we'll take them off and re-tie it. Cherry Moya is a creamy, sweet fruit with toxic seeds. It'll give you fruit from October through May, and it will tolerate a light frost down to 20 degrees. So you want to make sure that the top of the tree is at ground level. You don't want it to be too much underwater, especially with these tropicals, because they can drown easily. So we're just going to put a little bit more soil back so that the crown of the plant is at ground level. Same thing as before, putting a little bit of food. You'll notice he's putting it near the drip line or the outside. That's where the feeder roots are that take up the nutrients in the water. So we made our tag for it. And although it doesn't have the date, we can just take this off and stamp it because it is officially in the ground. One of the plums has been ripped up. Saved some strawberries. There's another patch back there. Yep. There's a whole bunch of them. And we'll plant them here with all the other strawberries. And sometimes while you try to dig a hole, there is a big root. We're replacing these plums with a San Pablo custard apple. It'll give you fruit from February through May that tastes like raspberry yogurt, and the tree will survive light frosts. This is the hood pear, and it gets pollinated by that pear. So we're going to take them up and put them at a different property. They only need like 150 chill hours, so they might work, but we just don't want them here. So we're going to replace it with a mango. Mangoes do much better, and we would like them much more. So instead of planting the mango in the same hole the pear was in, we're going to move it just a little bit to give it some more space. Mangoes are absolutely delicious, and with certain varieties you can harvest from March all the way through September. They're extremely sensitive to cold, as under 30 will kill the tree. Some mangoes require chill hours and don't fruit well in South Florida because it doesn't get cold enough. Adding more gypsum. That's for calcium. And the same food as before. Just want to make sure that you loosen up any of the roots so they don't become root bound. Roots can't go back and turn, so you want to make sure that you don't have them circling the pot. So mangoes like drainage, so we made sure to plant it at or a little bit above the soil level. You'll notice when we were planting these, we didn't put the compost and the food in the hole, and whenever we planted the trees, we didn't amend the soil at all. We just backfilled it with the native soil. If you were to put the compost and food inside of the hole, it could burn the roots and it'll give it a different water content, so the tree won't be able to drink appropriately and it'll dry out in areas. So you would make sure that you plant it back in the native soil, and if you do any amendment, you do it on the top dressing. This tree that we planted right here is a sapodilla. A sapodilla is a small brown fruit with different varieties. You can get fruit all year, and what's delicious about the sapodilla is that they taste like buttered brown sugar. They taste so delicious. So I didn't get that in the video, and also we're gonna replace the tree over in the corner. Let's go over there. This plant right here is called a hummingbird tree. I had it in the garden before, but it died from not getting watered enough. So we're gonna try again. We're gonna put it in that back corner where the plum is. And what's special about the hummingbird tree is that it has a beautiful flower, but all parts of it are edible. Another tree that hasn't been planted yet is this one's replacement. This is going to be replaced with a breadfruit. A breadfruit is a tropical fruit that loves the hot and humid, but it can be killed very easily with a cold. So we're going to keep it in a pot. We're not going to put it in the ground, and it hasn't come yet. It's still being rooted from Lara Farm. So thank you, Mr. Julie and Lara, for our breadfruit whenever it comes. Thanks so much for watching our video today. Hope you learned something about chill hours. I think a lot of people know about hardiness zones, but chill hours might be something new for new people. It sure was for us. Don't be afraid to make mistakes in the garden. If it doesn't work, simply just rip it up. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next one.